Hey, welcome to Romance Happy Hour. I'm Dylann Crush, and I am here with Dawn Luedecke over there, my co-hostess, and we have some awesome guests tonight. We have Kaci Rose and Katrina Marie. So, another Thursday night, Dawn.
Yes. It's
How have
like
you been?
our fourth one this year. Fourth one. One
You're
hand.
right.
Yeah.
It is. It is our fourth one this year.
Yeah.
How have you
I've
been? What
been
have you been up to? Are you
I've been good.
staying out of the snow and staying warm in Montana?
Not warm. I mean, it was warming up and then it just dropped below zero again this morning and snowed a little bit. It was pretending to be spring so much that I got a little bit of flowers on my
Oh.
some of my bushes back there, and then yeah, no, just kidding. And yeah, so we're not staying warm, but I'm doing good.
Good.
I got wrestling has started with my boys,
Ooh.
so my Saturdays are all booked up. Going, pin him, screaming at my kids to kick his butt, But yeah, how about you?
We just got dumped on last night, so I have
Yes.
used the snowblower on my driveway twice now in the past 24 hours.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's been exciting. My kids have not had school yet this week at all. They're gonna have school one day tomorrow.
Wow.
So I
Okay.
know they're loving it. They had President's Day, and then they had a teacher in service day, and then we had, well, they call them flex days, so they don't have to call them snow days.
Hmm.
But I think both my kids slept in past 11, and then they were both done with all their schoolwork by, lunchtime. So I don't think it's really educationally intensive.
Yeah. Do they give them schoolwork to do on flex days though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Hardcore
Yes.
school there. Mine's just
Right.
like stay home, go play.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
they well, now that way they don't have to add on for snow days and stuff.
Ah,
So
gotcha.
so it's yeah. So they make it
Yeah.
count because now everybody has, access to the internet and a
Yeah.
tablet.
And I
They
gotta
count.
say, and COVID helped us figure out how to do that real fast
Exactly.
too.
It did.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, so I'm just staying warm and happy that the snow is done and I won't have to get out there again
Yeah,
till maybe Monday.
right.
So,
So
but oh,
I work with somebody from Minnesota, and I said,
mhm,
my friend Dylan calls it Minnesota, and
uh-huh.
he said, "Oh, I could see that." Yeah.
Yes. Yep. So, how about you, Kaci? You tell us a
Uh,
little bit about yourself and what you write, and if you want to share, I know you live somewhere where the weather has been super pleasant lately.
I guess it hit almost 80 yesterday in the middle of I'm in East Tennessee, and we had a foot of snow last month and then almost 80 today. Or yesterday. It's been crazy.
I'm not jealous at all as I
Yeah.
sit here in -3 weather.
I've gotten so adjusted to the colder weather that at 70 something yesterday, I was telling Dylan, I'm like, I am sweating. It's so hot. Why is it so hot here? I'm just not used to it now.
That's funny.
But I'm Kaci Rose. I write steamy contemporary romance of just about anything. Alpha heroes, mountain men, military. I do have cowboys under Kaci M. Rose. And tonight I will be reading from February is for Ford. This is the series that I co-write with Dylan and Eve London. And they wrote book 1, which was January for Jackson, and book 2 is February for Ford. And these are the Mountain Men of Mustang Mountain, of which we do have a Kickstarter going right now. And we have all sorts of special editions and Mountain Men goodies, and you can help us name some of the stuff in the series since we're just getting going. Name some horses or sled dogs or buildings or heroines in there if you'd like. So got all sorts of fun stuff with this series, and it's quickly becoming one of my favorite.
I'm very excited about it. We got to hear from Dylan's
Mhm.
book the other last month, and so I'm
Mhm. Yep.
so excited to hear from yours. Yay.
All right. And how about you, Katrina?
Hey y'all. So I write new adult contemporary, some sweet, some steamy. Just depends on what the characters are feeling like, but there's always a heavy focus on friendships, specifically female friendships. Um and that's pretty much it. I live in Texas and it's been really pretty here, except for when it goes
Yeah.
from 80 to 30 in
Right.
24 hours. That part's not fun, but it's been
Hey,
nice.
so you don't have to say if you don't want to, because I understand the secrecy, but where in Texas? Because Dylan and I have both lived there.
I am just south of Dallas.
Oh.
The Bluebonnet Trail that happens down south,
Oh,
I live on it.
Mhm. Yep.
It is
nice.
not pleasant times for me in April. I'm already trying to figure out where I can go that weekend so I don't
Mhm.
get blocked in my driveway.
Funny.
Yes, that's my neck of Texas,
It
Dawn.
is. It
I
is your
know.
neck. I
Mhm.
lived in Houston or Galveston, like right in the middle between there. But yeah, that's Dylan's
Mhm.
stomping grounds over there.
Yep. So I know bluebonnet season is beautiful, but yeah, I would not want to
Mhm.
live um right along the trail because yeah,
Yeah,
I can imagine
it's
you get
interesting.
stuck. So well, we have got oh, Linda is already tossing out the
I
question.
know. I got it written
Hi,
down. I'm like,
Linda. Hi,
keep them coming.
Teresa. So what?
I was keep them coming, Linda. Keep them coming.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I
That
thought you
was
were
for
trying
Linda.
to get me to speed up. I was like, whoa. Oh, we got Donna tonight too. Yeah, welcome. We're glad that
Woohoo!
you're with us. If you do have questions for our author guests, pop them in the comments over there. Dawn's going to keep an eye on that tonight. And we're going to start with Kaci. So you're going to read a little bit from Ford, and
Yep.
you said you're just going to start at the beginning. Do you want to tell them a little
Yep.
bit about the series first and kind of the idea
Sure.
behind the series and just
Yeah.
set it up a little bit for us?
So the series is the Mountain Men of Mustang Mountain, co-written with Dylan and Eve, and it's set in a small mountain town called Mustang Mountain in Montana. And these guys are friends. They're part of a MC club that kind of helps people in the area. They help animals. They help people out. And it's just starting to get into the MC part. We're kind of MC light at the beginning of the series here. And we're in winter, so each book happens in that month of the town. What happened is Ruby, who is the mayor's wife, decided that in order to bring more people to town, she was going to put up basically dating profiles of the single men town up on the visitor bureau website. And it's caused obviously problems and but has brought in some good tourism. But Ruby is one of those sassy grandmothers that you can't help but wait to see what comes out of her mouth next. And she's definitely got a mind of her own, and she's not listening when the guys say no more.
I'm really excited about this because I love sassy grandmas. I love
Mhm.
them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a handful.
Yes. So I'm just going to read chapter 1. It's Ford and Luna. Ford is a single dad, and this is also a friends to lovers. And it's it'll set up the whole book, I think, in chapter 1 for you.
All right. We will leave you to it, and we'll be back when you're done.
Okay. All right. Chapter 1, Ford. What in the hell? Of course I'd be Mr. February. I should have seen that coming with my name starting with F. And with Ruby having so much success with Jackson, or at least claiming that Jackson's relationship with Emma was because of her. My guess is if we can't put a stop to her before the next month, then Miles will be next. Daddy, why do you look like you just ate a lemon? My daughter Isabella asks. It's an adult thing, Izzy, I tell her, staring at the ad Ruby has put up on the Visitor Bureau website. Dad, I'm a whole 5 years old. Tell me the truth, I can handle it, she says as she holds up 5 fingers. She cocks her head to the side, and her adorable curly pigtails frame her face. It's true, my daughter is an old soul and much more mature than other kids her age, growing up out here the way she has on the mountain. Let's just say Ruby is up to her shenanigans again, and it's this time I got caught in the crossfires, I tell her. Oh, you mean the flyers with your face on them? I saw them when we came into the diner. I already told you, I'm 5 years old. She actually rolls her eyes at me, and I start to wonder if I'm going to be able to handle her in another 5 years. I don't know if I should respond to the eye rolling or the fact that the flyers are up around town with my face on them. And thankfully, I don't have to decide because my phone rings. After checking the caller ID, I answer. I don't get many phone calls except for a few people, so I'm not surprised to find my best friend Luna. We've been best friends since we were little, and even now she's Izzy's kindergarten teacher, which makes things easy unless Izzy tries to take advantage of the situation, which she has done multiple times this year already. Hello? Ford, my house has been broken into. A panicked Luna greets me from the other end of the line. Luna, calm down. What do you mean your house has been broken into? I raise my voice, which of course catches Jackson's attention. He looks over at me, his brows arched. Someone threw a rock through my window, and my stuff is all over the place inside. She sounds like she's on the verge of tears. My pulse skyrockets. If anyone hurts her, they will have to deal with me. Get back in your car and lock the door. Call the police. I'm leaving the diner now, and we'll be there in just a few minutes. Looking over at Lizzie, I know that my cussing has gotten her attention. She's looking at me with curious eyes, and I try to smile, but I know it's not going to help. My daughter knows me all too well. Jackson has covered the distance to the door in a few long strides. I'm going with you. Emma can stay here with me, Emma can stay here with me and Izzy while you boys go take care of Luna. Ruby shoos us out the door. But not before Jackson pulls Emma close for a kiss. First, Ruby's harebrained scheme, and now a break-in. What the hell is happening to Mustang Mountain? I didn't wait for an answer. The sooner I could get to Luna, the better I'd feel. Even though I hate to hang up on her, I have to so I can call the other guys, Miles and Asher. First up is Miles. Luna just called. Her house has been broken into. We need to get over there and help her get it squared away for the night. I don't even have to ask him about helping Luna because I know whatever he's doing, he's going to drop it. On it, I'll call Asher too, he says before he hangs up. As I pull into Luna's drive, I'm the first one there. I barely get my car in park when she jumps out of her car and heads to me. She walks right into my arms, and I hold her there, relieved to know she is okay. While she takes comfort in my arms, I survey the front of the house. The front door is cracked open, and the window on the front porch is shattered. There is glass all over the porch, and her curtains are blowing in the breeze right out the window. Have you gone inside? I asked. No, I saw the door and the window before I even stepped foot on the porch, and then I called you. Okay, the guy should be here any moment, and we'll take a look around. Not a minute later, the roar of Asher's diesel truck fills the air, coming down the street. Jackson is right behind him. Miles is grabbing some wood to board up the windows. He'll be right behind us, Asher says, as he looks over the front of the house. Stay with her while we go in and clear the house, Jackson says, and I nod. Best to make sure no one is still there, though we are all hoping we don't find anyone because right now I don't think Luna can handle it. Asher follows Jackson in, and Luna and I wait. Miles pulls up with the wood in the back of his truck just as Asher and Jackson walk out of the house. Whoever it was is long gone. We need to call the police before we touch anything, Asher says as he pulls out his phone. He will handle it, and I know we won't have to worry about it. It doesn't seem long before a deputy shows up, and it's Asher's friend, Sean. Before walking around the house, he greets them. Then they spend a few minutes inside as Luna watches on, still not having moved from my side. Ma'am, will you come walk through and see if anything is missing so I can write an official report? Sean steps back on the porch. Yeah. Ford, you'll come with me, right? Her voice is slightly shaky. Of course, I won't leave your side. Come on. I take her hand and lead her into the house. We walk room by room, starting with the living room. Every door is open, the drawers, everything was thrown around. There are pictures, broken picture frames holding her photos on the floor. Moving on to the kitchen, even though the cabinets are open, the food is thrown around, milk is even spilled on the floor. Her back door is wide open as well. Chairs are turned over in the dining room. So far, nothing looks missing, just destroyed, she says as we move to the hallway. The guest bedroom dresser has every drawer pulled out and tossed on the floor. The hall bath has towels thrown on the ground, and they ripped the shower curtain off and tossed it in the tub. Luna seems unfazed until we get to her room, and it's in just as bad a shape. Her clothes are everywhere. Her bed sheets are ripped off and on the floor, and they threw everything off every surface onto the floor. She leaves my side and runs to her nightstand. No, 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 Luna shouts as she goes through her nightstand drawer, or what's left of it. She pulls out the wood box I've seen her always have with her and opens it. No, she shouts again. Then she drops to her knees, looking frantically under the bed and the nightstand. Walking over to her, I gently pull her up off the ground before she cuts herself on the broken glass. Luna, what's missing? I ask softly. My grandmother's wedding ring. It was the only thing of value I own. She starts crying. I remember the ring. She wore it for days when her grandmother died, and it was the only thing that would calm her down that time. I remember her telling me over and over when she got married it was the ring she was going to wear. As a teenager, I'd picture that, and it would be me she'd be marrying. Crazy, I know, but I feel the loss as if it's part of my future gone too. I help her file the police report and find a photo of the ring on her phone. The guys stand guard and answer questions as needed. Once the police officer leaves, the guys take over. Let's get the place secured and boarded up, Asher says. I'll help. Miles follows him out the front door. She can't stay here, Jackson says. I know. Luna, pack up any valuables and some clothes and come stay with me, I tell her softly, trying to give her directions without making her panic. Why can't I stay here? They said they're securing the place, she says, picking up clothes from the floor. I make a mental note to make sure they all get washed because I hate the idea of some stranger handling her things that will touch her skin. They can put wood up, but it won't stop the cold. The house won't stay warm, and I can't have you freezing to death. Besides, the wood won't stop anyone if they plan to come back and want to get in. They can just go through another window, Jackson says. I glare at him, and he just shrugs his shoulders. Everything he says is true, but it could have been said with more finesse. But I know Luna will listen to Jackson's thoughts because the three of us went to school together, and Jackson was always the voice of reason among us. He still is. Okay, she agrees and goes to her closet to get a suitcase. Jackson and I help her pack up clothes, toiletries, and stuff for work. Miles and Asher help load it into my truck, and once we're done, we make sure everything is locked up. We will get someone out here to clean this up so she doesn't have to worry about it, Miles says once we are finished and Luna is in my truck. Thanks. Once the shock wears off, she will start making a list of things to do, and I will see what we can help her with, I tell her. I'll follow you back. Emma took Izzy back to your place, Jackson says as we head out. Once we're in the car and on the way home, Luna speaks again. Where's Izzy? She asks, her voice small and miles away. Damn, I've been so worried about Luna and getting her settled, I haven't had time to think about what I'm going to tell my daughter. Izzy won't let the fact that her teacher is sleeping in our guest room go unnoticed.
Yeah, let me get everybody unmuted so we can talk.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Awesome.
My dog just had to be part of the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, I happen to know that Kaci just got a puppy.
I did. Yeah, she's actually the quiet one.
I was gonna say I did hear her talking a little bit when you first started, but not the barker. The barker is not the puppy.
No, the barker is
Oh,
my
funny.
10-year-old, and the puppy whines. And yeah.
Love it. So how did you guys and Eve, sorry, I had to think there for a second. I'm very tired. How did you guys and Eve decide to do your setting in Montana?
Well, once we decided on Mountain Men, it was kind of like there was very few places that you set Mountain Man. It's usually Montana or Alaska usually. But I believe Eve has a series, or is it? Yeah, it's Eve that has a series in Montana too.
Northern California.
Okay, so not too
her
far.
Mountain Men are Northern California.
Yeah, I figured
like Tahoe area.
Okay.
So yeah, that's California, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my series is Montana. And if we set in Alaska, you really can't have crossover of any of our other series. So Montana seemed like the logical choice.
Yeah. And how did you guys brainstorm this? Were you like at a conference together or like just chatting over text or Patron or something?
I approached Dylann and I was like,
Patreon?
for 2023, I think I kind of want to do some co-writing. Like, I feel like I need to do something to kind of like up my writing. And I felt like that was like the next spot. And she was talking to Eve, and I guess it went from co-writing to this series. And originally, what we had plotted was more small town. I think we were going to start with cowboys, and then it was small town. And then we were looking at stuff, and I'm like, my mountain men are doing really, really good right now. And I'm like, maybe we should do mountain men. And they loved it. So that's what we decided to do.
Yep.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like mountain men and cowboys are similar. Just with the way that they, like the land and respect the resources and all that. But our mountain men tend to be a little bit more reclusive, where the cowboys are just maybe a little rough around the edges, but not as reclusive. So
I think it was my third, maybe fourth book or short story was a mountain man book. Snowed in, forced proximity mountain man book. It was great. But boy, does my father-in-law, he knows some actual mountain men here in Montana. I don't think you'd want to date them. Like, he's got this story about how like he made him coffee and the guy was like just beautiful, like a gentleman, this perfect host. Made him coffee, and it wasn't until the next day after he'd been drinking the coffee for like a few times that he found a dead mouse in the grounds in the coffee grounds. Like, that's the mountain man you don't
gross.
You don't want to write about.
No. I thought you were gonna say, like bathing in the river sounds really fun until it's 20 degrees outside and you're chipping through the ice so you can take a bath.
The first book of my mountain men was that he was bathing in the river when the heroine found. That was the last one I read here on Romance Happy Hour, and I had to sit here and I'm like, how am I going to make the water warm enough? Then I'm like, you know what? Yellowstone has all the hot springs. They just have a hot spring that kind of leaks into the river and it makes it warmer.
You're funny. I love that. I love that theory. You could just have him bathing in a hot spring, though.
No. Those guys, I think they get way too hot.
Oh, no, but the rivers are literally like spring runoff and freezing cold. But if you had him bathing in the river in August, it's perfect temperature.
It was camping season, so
August is camping season, but it's also fire season. So, yeah. Ask me any Montana questions you want for your future books. I'll tell you time frames. Like August, the water's perfect. June, would like no. You don't want June. August, perfect. Yeah. So, okay, we do have questions.
Are there any questions?
Yeah,
just see a couple.
Pretend it was August, and you're good to go. Yeah. Okay. So yes, we have actually Teresa and Linda. They're having a war here, and I love them both. I love you both so much for being on our show tonight. They've got a lot of questions going on. I love you guys. So let's start with Linda. That's not the first one. Let me find Linda's first one. What is your guilty pleasure? And this is for both of you.
Free time. Something I don't have enough of anymore. Sleeping in. I shouldn't do it because I need to stay on a writing schedule, but I definitely sleep in more than I should.
Okay, and Katrina.
For me, it'd probably be binge watching shows when I should be writing. And it's not even new shows. Most of the time, it's ones I've seen over and over. They just make me happy. So I watch
Okay,
them.
but what spin-off question, what's your go-to show then? Like I love New Girl. I will go back and back and back to New Girl like crazy. I love it.
Probably Supernatural or Doctor Who.
Okay.
It'd be
Yes.
a tie between those two.
Gotcha. Doctor Who, Supernatural. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. Okay. So she's got some really personal questions tonight. What is your weird quirks?
I think Linda should tell us one of her weird quirks
Yeah,
as well.
Linda.
in the comments. So
Is it finding that moose milk is a real thing?
that's a throwback to one of our
Yes, last one.
earlier shows this year. So we don't expect you to get that one, but weird quirk.
Weird quirk.
For me, it'd probably be training myself to like snacks the rest of my family doesn't like because
Okay.
I don't like to share. And
I love that.
like growing up, we all like the same things. So I made myself like Swedish fish because nobody else would eat them.
Oh,
And
they're
so I ate them.
crazy.
That became my favorite snack.
Mhm.
But the rest of your people are crazy because Swedish fish are amazing.
They're really good, but they don't like them, so I don't have to share.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I can relate to that so well. I mean, even this morning, I went to have a bowl of granola and I bought 2 boxes like 3 days ago, and there was enough left for like this much in the bottom of my bowl.
Mhm.
So yeah, my kids always, they eat everything except the jalapeno potato chips. They did not touch
What?
those. So
I
Really?
eat those too. And I'm like, can I have one thing, guys, please?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to hide it in a vegetable bag and then stick it in the freezer
Mm-hmm.
or
Yep.
something like that,
Mhm.
something they won't get to.
Mhm.
Protein bars or no, not protein bars.
I hide
Protein
a pack of
powder.
Oreos behind the canned food in my
Mhm.
cabinet. So like in the bags of the canned food, like the canned vegetables, all hides
Yeah.
it.
I put stuff behind the coffee in the coffee cabinet all the time because nobody opens that up except me.
Yeah.
No,
That's
you just got to get crafty.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are you going to answer this question, Dawn?
My weird
Mhm.
quirk is I have to have coffee in the morning or else I will
Mhm.
murder somebody.
Mhm.
And that's my weird quirk because my husband knows I have to have 30 minutes of coffee time with probably not even him in the room. And we all know how much I love my husband, but that's my weird quirk because if you talk to me before at least my 5th sip of coffee, I probably can't respond in a respectful manner to you.
Okay,
Coffee is my quirk.
got it.
What about Kaci though? And you,
My big
Dylan.
one is especially when I'm writing or even just working like this area. So like my desk is like a U-shaped here behind the bookcases. Like I cannot have anyone in this area. Like I can't. I will stop what I'm doing and like close down all my tabs because just even just my kids just over my shoulder, like I can't have it. And especially when I'm writing like the really steamy scenes, I'm like, you can't read this. Go away.
Okay, but just to clarify, if they were on the other side of your desk,
If they're on the other
Like,
side facing me, I'd be completely
scream-
fine.
but they were screaming at you like "Mom, Mom, Mom, Mom," and you had like
I would
headphones
still
on,
be fine.
you would be
As long as
okay.
as long as they're on the other side and they're not behind me,
Okay.
I'm okay.
All right, cool. That's
'cause I have
awesome.
like this area here, like this leads to the bedrooms, and one of my daughters, I love her to death. She comes out of here, and I think it's because I don't see it, and she'll come up and like give me a hug and say I love you, and I like tense up because I'm not expecting it, and it's coming from that area. And I always feel
Yeah.
bad afterward. I'm like, I love you too, baby, but go around and come from the front next time.
Yeah. I mean, I've been there before where you're like writing a scene and you like throw in the C word. And
Mhm.
see, I didn't say any cuss words.
Good
Dylan.
job, Dawn. Good
Thank
job.
you. You like throw in the C word and you're just like shifting your computer a little bit because your kids move into the room and you're just like, don't see me type this word. But yeah, I get it.
I've thought about moving my desk around so that there's like a walkway in front, but I have a mountain view out the window here that I like to see when I'm
Ooh.
writing. So this is my compromise, so I can still see it, but not have my back to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Beautiful. And what about you, Dylan? What's your weird quirk?
I don't know. I can't think of any. I don't like pineapple on my pizza. Everybody else in my family loves pineapple on their pizza. I don't think that's a weird quirk, though. I think that's normal.
Yeah, it's like 50-50, 50% normal, I think. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at least 50%.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else. What are some of my weird quirks? I'm sure I have them.
I'm sure you do too.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think of
them.
something. We'll
Okay.
keep thinking on it for the rest of the. Okay, so
I
where
can't keep
are we?
M&Ms in my house. Peanut butter M&Ms. If there's a bag of
Oh.
peanut butter M&Ms in my house, then I inhale it. So I don't know. That's probably not a weird quirk either.
Okay, no,
You know?
but let's see. Let's get to. We have a couple more questions. Let's see.
Okay. I saw a couple of them had to be
Okay.
rephrased. Autocorrect is
Yeah.
not being kind to our viewers tonight.
If you had between always coldness and always hot weather, which are you choosing? Which would you choose? Cold or hot? Always.
Hot.
Always cold or always hot weather. There we go.
Always hot. I don't like being cold. I hate winter.
I would
And
choose
you will
always.
not see me outside.
I would choose always cold because I don't get my migraines in cold weather. So
Oh,
I would rather have the cold
interesting.
weather.
So hot weather gives you migraines. That's crazy.
I grew up in Florida, so it was always like really weird, but for whatever reason when I get migraines, like an ice pack on the back of my neck, and cold air always helps.
So not to like turn this into a medical thing, but my son gets
Because we're
migraines
so
too.
qualified for that, Dawn.
Yeah, I'm super qualified to give medical advice. No, there's like this hat thing that they sell on Amazon that it's super cold naturally, but I put it in the fridge because my son gets migraines, and it's cold. So you put it in the fridge and then you put it over your head and it gives you that cold back here, but then like also on your eyes and like all the way around. It freezes the hell out of me. I said hell, sorry. And like I can't wear it, but my son loves it when he gets his migraines because it gets.
Oh, interesting.
And then I bought this like mask that massages your eyes.
Dylan made me buy one of those, and I forgot about it, and I just found it like a couple days ago.
I
love
love
it. I'm gonna
it.
put this by my bed so I can use it next time.
Yeah, I wear it to go to bed sometimes when I'm not tired. I'll like, oh, let me put this on, and then it'll massage my eyes and my temples and play like relaxing music and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. Anyways, if you get migraines, there's some advice. Get those.
Excellent.
Hot and cold, Dylan. What about you?
Oh, I think I don't know. It's a tough one because I don't know. I feel like if you're cold, I mean, as long as you have access to heat, like, I mean, if it's hot or cold, I'm not going to be outside. But I think I would rather live in an environment where it's colder and you can stay warm inside than live in an environment where it's hot.
And you can stay cool inside.
I know, but when you go outside, I don't know. I think the older I get, the warmer my body is running. And so I used to be a freeze baby and I couldn't handle being in the cold. And anymore, I mean, it's that time, Some of our viewers can relate to me. They know what I'm talking about. It's women of a certain age. I will go out on my deck when it's like 2 degrees outside to actually be comfortable because
I have to be on team hot because I have
okay.
rain.
Well, you do it, Dawn. You go hot.
I have Raynaud's, so when I get cold, I lose blood in my in my extremities and my nose, and then I sniff, and everybody thinks I'm sick, but I'm like, no, my nose is just cold, and my fingers are like white, and sometimes they turn purple, and so I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather be team hot.
Well, that's a good reason to be team hot.
Yeah.
See, now we're talking about it, and now I'm getting hot.
Just saying the word makes you hot.
Yes. Well, drinking salted caramel whiskey doesn't help either, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yummy. So is that one of the recipes? Did you put any recipes in any of these books that you wrote with Kaci?
Mm-mm.
Dylann, no? How about your
Nope.
whiskey series? Is it a recipe from a whiskey series?
No, it's literally salted caramel whiskey that you buy in a
Oh,
bottle from
oh,
the place in Tennessee. My husband got it for me for Christmas. So I told him that was it Costco, I think, had salted caramel crown.
mm,
And so I told
okay.
him I'm not going to buy it for myself, but he never knows what to get me for Christmas because, it's like, I don't know. I don't need anything for Christmas, but I'm like, you can buy me salted caramel Crown Royal. And when he went there, they were all sold out because I told him you have to
Oh,
go. When they have the special stuff like that at Costco, you have to get it soon because otherwise it will be all gone. So it
mhm.
was all gone. So he got me the, is it Old Smoky salted caramel whiskey? I
Oh,
don't know.
oh,
Mm.
It's
no,
really
they have
good, but
Old
it's,
Smoky's moonshine.
yeah,
That's
yeah. But they
interesting.
also had, or was it, I don't know. I'll go look. I'll post it in
Yeah.
the comments later.
Yeah,
I don't
please tell us
remember.
if you're drinking whiskey or moonshine because it's a
No,
huge
no, it's not
difference.
moonshine. It's whiskey. Well, I mean, it's not whiskey because real whiskey does not have flavors in it. So it's
Oh,
like when they add a flavor,
except for aged barrel.
it's no longer real whiskey and it's flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. All right. Well, we
Okay.
should hear from Katrina. Should we save some
Yes.
questions for later and we should hear from
Yeah.
Katrina? Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
So you're going to take that one down there.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna take it down.
I beat you to it. Okay. I was going to
Okay.
say, because we don't want that over Katrina's face while she's reading, Dawn. Okay.
Sorry.
So Katrina, tell us what you are going to share with us tonight. And if you have it with you, we'd love to see the cover. If you don't have it with you, it's not a problem. But it looks like you do. You have
I
something
do.
with you.
I even
Awesome.
made my daughter go get the
Oh gosh.
regular cover so that she could bring it to me. So tonight I'll be reading from Cocktails and Crushes. Here's the original cover, and this is the alternate.
Oh, fun.
For those who don't like people on their covers. It's small town, reverse age gap, friends to lovers, and also slight workplace romance.
Ooh, you're getting all of them in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's set in my small fictional town of Asheville, which is basically all my favorite towns in my county mixed into one town.
Is it in Texas then?
It is in Texas.
Awesome. And are you starting at chapter 1 or do you need to set anything up?
So I need to set some stuff up.
Okay.
So Angie, who is the heroine in Cocktails and Crushes, has this bar that her uncle had left to her years before when he passed away. And she's been working on getting it set up and making it bigger and bigger because that was his whole thing. He's like, make it something huge. So that's what she's trying to do, except for she can't keep employees. And this guy that she used to kind of babysit, when she was in high school, she would run him and his friends to their little league games, take care of him when his mom had to work. He's back in town and he is definitely grown up. So the age gap is roughly 10 years.
Okay. Oh, fun. Fun to have an older heroine for a change.
Yes. It was fun to write.
All right. Well, we will leave you to it and we'll be back when you're done.
Alrighty. Okay, so we're going to start on chapter 3. And this is from Angie's POV. The job fair can't come soon enough. I really need more people here to help me manage nights like tonight. Weeknights are usually fine. A couple of people can do it if they're busting butt. But the weekends, that's a whole other ballpark. It's all hands on deck. The tables are full. Some people are standing in corners by the bar, and the line outside is growing by the minute. It doesn't help that the kids I used to babysit are taking up one of my biggest tables. I can't begrudge them it, though. They rarely have a chance to get out and do anything together with growing families and crazy work schedules. Marshall's girlfriend's schedule is as bad as mine. I have a sneaking suspicion she's just as much of a workaholic as me, too. She definitely picked a good one to be with. He's one of the few from that group that had a level head even as a kid. Lisa is leading a tall, muscular guy to their table. I'm not sure who he is, but I can't see his face. But from the back, I like what I'm seeing. A woman in front of me waves her hand. Excuse me, can I get a vodka tonic? I don't see how anyone can drink those, but it's not my job to judge others. Sure thing. Reaching to the side, I grab a short glass, toss in some ice cubes, and glance for the bottle of vodka, all while keeping an eye on the newcomer. Even though I can't see his face, I know he's never been here before. The motions are autopilot when making drinks. It doesn't take much thought, not the way it did when I started bartending here all those years ago. With the drink finished, I lift it up to give it to the customer. Here you go. The words die on my lips and the glass slips from my hand, shattering on the edge of the counter. There's no way. Dylann is who I would babysit on a regular basis. His mom was always working and I take him to his practices. I did everything I could to help them out because I knew they were struggling. But dang, he grew up. Crap, the woman who ordered the drink yells. My cheeks flame red. I'm so sorry. Did anything get on you? I'm completely spaced out when I saw him and forgot about this woman's now non-existent drink. She looks down to check her clothes. No, I don't think so. Good. I'll have Carlos make you another drink, and I'll get whatever you've had on your tab since you've been here. Jesus, an attractive guy walks in, one I used to freaking babysit, and I lose all capability of making a simple drink. You don't have to do that, she waves me away. Another drink would be great, though. I feel like a moron. I haven't broken a glass since I first started bartending. That was years ago when I began working here to pay for college. Too bad for this customer, though. I'm still going to pay her tab. I mean, it was my screw up. Waving at Carlos from across the counter, he meets me halfway. Can you make another vodka tonic while I get this mess cleaned up? Sure thing. He stops beside me on his way to make the drink. What happened? I don't think I've ever seen you spill a drink, much less break a glass. Because I don't. Ever. I got distracted. Dylann has joined his old group at their table. Carlos follows my gaze. I can see why. Dang it, I'm going to get crap for this for a long time. I can already tell. The whispers will start tonight during cleanup, and the story will transform by morning. Shut up, I turn toward him. Oh, and can you also find out what name her tab is under so I can take care of it? Yep, he points to the other end of the bar. There's the broom. Try not to get too distracted on the way to get it. He rushes off before I can say anything else. I swear, sometimes the people I employ can be jerks. Grabbing the broom, I walk back to where the accident happened. The end of the broom somehow hits Carlos in the arm. Oops. His shoulders shake in laughter, but he doesn't make a sound. One day, I'll get him back. Now that the mess is swept up, I can get around to doing actual work things. I'm dumping the glass in the trash can when I hear Jake at the bar counter. Hey, Ange, you'll never believe who's back in town. He sounds like a child who is given their favorite toy. There's way too much excitement. Angie, are you listening to me? That question is what stops me in my tracks. Not because I'm not listening, but because it was something he always said when I babysat him. His parents never listened to him. Thank God he got away from them. I just don't ever want him to think I won't listen, even now as an adult with a family of his own. Yes, Jake, I'm listening. As big as his ego is, he still wants to be heard. I was cleaning up a mess I made. Oh, sorry. It's crazy seeing all these kids I used to babysit in the bar. A small part of me wants to chastise them, but then I remember they are grown and it makes me feel older than I am. Anyway, come to the table when you get a sec. I have a surprise for you. As if I didn't notice him walk into my bar. I notice everything that happens here, like the two guys arguing at one of the corner tables. It's not an issue right now, but I'll be keeping an eye on them. Give me a few minutes and I'll be over there. You're going to flip. With those parting words, he rushes back to their table. It's a good thing he didn't see my reaction when Dylann walked through the door. He'd never let me live it down, much like I'm sure my employees won't. With the broom in hand, I make my way from around the bar, down the hall, and to my office. A few minutes. That's all I need to compose myself. There's no way I can let on to any of them that I've had any sort of reaction. I used to babysit him, for crying out loud. Attraction isn't something I should be feeling. But just in case, I check my reflection in the mirror. Not only to make sure my hair isn't going all over the place, but to see if I've spilled any of the vodka on my shirt when I drop the drink. There are a couple of wet spots, and I turn to the makeshift closet we built into the office. Every employee keeps an extra shirt or two in here just in case. You honestly never know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. I pull one of my white out of the ashes shirts from the shelf and set it on the desk. Lifting the bottom of my dirty shirt, I pull it up. It's halfway up when the office door opens and I freeze. "Hey, boss," Carlos says seconds before he sees me. "Oh my God, why don't you have a shirt on?" I shove my hands down. "So much for changing." "What are you doing in here? Who's watching the bar?" He's literally the only bartender I have on schedule tonight other than me. "Dude, everything is fine out there." The line has slowed down a bit and Lisa's keeping an eye on things from the stand. "Okay, that doesn't explain what you're doing back here." "I wanted to make sure you're okay. You seemed a little spaced out." He jerks his thumb toward the door. "I'll just leave you to yourself and go back to the bar." Ugh, now I feel like an a-hole. He was being a good friend and employee. There aren't many companies that have such a close-knit community and aren't related. I trust both Carlos and Lisa with everything I have. If only I could find more employees like them. "No, I'm sorry. I'm not myself." "Want to talk about it?" He leans against the wall, waiting to see if I'll talk. It's not a bad idea. Stella knows most of my concerns, especially with the ideas she has about growing this place even bigger than we already have. "Yes, but not right now." I forget about the clean shirt and head toward him and the door. We still have 3 hours until closing time. We need to be out there more than ever. You know how some of these people get after a few too many drinks. "If that ain't the truth," he laughs. He moves to the side to let me pass in front of him. "After you." Before I'm all the way through, he touches my arm. "Tonight, though, we talk. Once we kick everyone out, we're going to have a drink and get to the bottom of what's bothering you." "There's no way out of it?" "Please say yes." "Nope," he shakes his head. "How are we going to find more people to work if you're always stressed?" He has a point. Right now, there's no other way to be than stressed. We move 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and if I implement the changes Stella is talking about, I'll need people I can rely on. The 4 of us can't keep this place afloat alone. Well, 3 of us. Stella is more the creative thinker, and we get the stuff done, which isn't a bad thing. Even now, this is more than my uncle ever dreamed it could be. Would he be proud of the direction the bar has taken, though? I sure hope so. "You're right. Let's get out of here before sweet little Lisa loses her crap on everyone. She's sweet as candy, but if someone riles her up, she'll let them have it without a second thought." We walk out of the office just in time to see Lisa marching toward us. Oh, great. This can't be good. "Y'all need to get out here. There are people in front of the bar waiting for a drink, and I can't serve them because I'm not certified to do it." Lisa swings her long hair over her shoulder and marches right back to the front of the bar to the comfort of her stand. We better go. We come out of the hallway, and Lisa may have exaggerated a tiny bit. There are around 4 people waiting for someone to refill their drink. She made it sound like there was a horde of people. "You take the far end, and I'll take this one." "Got it," Carlos nods. "After that, go see what Jake wanted." I mock salute him and take the first order. Less than 5 minutes. That's all it takes for me to get caught up on the refills on my side of the bar. With everyone's glasses full, I wipe down the bar and walk around to the opening. It's time to let Jake think he's surprising me with Dylan's return. The path to get to him isn't easy to get through. Groups of friends are yelling at each other to be heard over the music, or maybe they are feeling the alcohol and don't realize how loud they are. Pushing through people, I'm almost to Jake when the 2 guys from earlier can be heard hollering at each other. Time to nip this in the bud. I'm not going to let these 2 idiots ruin everyone else's night. My feet lead me right past Jake's table and to the 2 arguing. Uncle Max always worried when I threw myself between 2 men in a predicament, but I've never had too much trouble. They usually see little old me step between them and cool it. I hope like heck it happens with these 2. "Guys, I'm going to need y'all to chill." They keep yelling over me and don't acknowledge my presence. Oh, heck no. I will not be ignored in my own bar. This time, I throw my hands out so I've got one on each guy. That stops them temporarily. "If you don't stop yelling at each other, you need to leave. I don't care what you do outside those doors, but I will not allow this in my bar." For a second, I think I've gotten through to them, but it's short-lived. The guy on my right throws a punch. Not at me, but over my head. The other one defends himself, and my uncle's worst nightmare comes true. I'm in the middle of a fight because these jerks have lost their minds. I try to get out from between them, but an elbow catches me in the face, and I go down. And a little bit of chapter 4 from Dylann's perspective. What the actual F is Angie thinking? As soon as one of the guys throws a punch, I'm out of my chair. Who throws a punch when there's a woman standing between him and the person he's fighting? And the other guy takes a swing in response. These two seem to lack some home training. My feet lead me straight toward Angie, and I push the two jerks to the side to get to her. And that's what I got.
All right. There we
I
go.
love how gallant he is at the end. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to hear his perspective more. Read his
Oh, yeah. He's had a
perspective
crush
more.
on her, like, always.
Oh,
You know,
love it.
The whole my babysitter's hot thing, that was
Yeah.
him.
Love it.
And what a fun name, Dylann.
Oh, I know. I knew you would love that one.
And
Yes.
Oh my
like,
God.
so if anybody's read any of my other books, some of these people are from my like very first series that I wrote, the sweeter ones. And they're all grown now and have families of their own and doing their own thing.
Isn't it fun when you can do that? When you have when your books, I don't know. I'm sure, most authors, it's like your characters feel real. And so it's nice to know that, they grow up and they have kids, and then the kids grow up and they have lives of their own. And they're
Yeah.
like real people.
Mhm.
So
I
always
have to
fun.
ask though. I mean, Dylan has had a book with the bar, like the chick works at a bar or owns a bar,
Mhm.
and now Katrina, you do. I mean, she like her uncle does, right? So she's kind of the owner.
Yeah,
Casey,
she's the
have you
owner now.
ever? Okay, so Casey, have you ever written a book where the heroine owns a bar?
Not the heroine. I've done one with the hero.
Okay.
But no, not the heroine.
Okay, but the hero. So I
The
guess I'm
hero.
gonna have to write a bar book because I've never had a
Mhm.
bar book before. So
I'm
now
just
I
saying
feel
the
a little.
research to write a bar book is pretty good. You have to go to bars.
I know. I feel like I feel like really left out now, so I'm gonna have to write a bar book, and that's
Okay.
just where I'm at right now. Okay.
Will it be set in Montana, or are
Of
you going to go
course,
somewhere warmer because you want to be
No,
hot?
no, it will be set in Montana. All my books are set in Montana. I mean, the majority of not the Lighthouse books, but all my cowboy books are set in Montana for sure because Montana rocks. I'm just gonna say that. So we do have a couple questions left. And then it looks like Teresa is bringing in some old school work questions. So I'm assuming this is the question from her work of the week was, do you like tacos or pizza? We all, I mean, Lucy Score likes tacos. We all know that. But I have to say tacos too. I love tacos.
What about taco pizza?
Oh my gosh, I've never had that. But
Best of both worlds.
yeah. How about you, ladies?
I'm tacos.
Oh.
But I'm picky because growing up with like Mexican food, I can't get it from just anywhere. It's got to feel like my great grandmother made it.
What's your perfect taco then? Fill us in. Give us a glimpse into the perfect taco for Katrina.
So it'd probably be a tie between barbacoa and cabrito, which is goat, but my great grandmother made it like a roast, and it was just perfect with some lime, and make them street taco style. Oh, so good.
That was my question, because this has been a debate on Romance Happy Hour before. And I don't know if you've been to California, but California street tacos or Texas street tacos, which one
I've
is
never
better?
been to California, so
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
I
have to
thought
go with Texas
maybe.
because that's what I know.
Texas.
Well, I've been to
I've been to
California,
both.
but I've never had street tacos in California.
Okay, you're getting go to California next time you go to California, have a street taco, and then tell me. I mean, I went to California this last summer, and their street tacos are pretty good.
They
I've
are
never
good.
had a street taco in Texas though, so next time we go there, I'm gonna have to have one.
The key's finding like the best hole in the wall place. If it
Okay,
looks like
yeah.
you probably
I
shouldn't
mean,
go in there, you should go in there because
yeah.
they have the best food.
Yeah, that's what my husband and I did. We just like wanted street tacos. Like that was our thing. We went to the beach because we missed the beach for the past 6 months or year. And then we were like, okay, we got to go find a good street taco. So we went looking for hole in the wall, but not places, but
Off the
the
beaten path?
no, like okay, I actually am having White Claw today, the real White Claw, not my recipe. But food trucks. So we went looking for food trucks, taco
Mhm.
food trucks, street taco food trucks. It's pretty good. I don't know. So yeah. Okay, so we got Dylan and one more for Texas. And two for California. So we need some tiebreakers here.
Where are the
So.
two for California? Who
Okay,
said
so me, I'm going for California.
yeah?
And then oh my gosh, what's her name? Sabrina. No.
I'm sorry, but she's not here. So
No,
if you're
she's
not
not here, but we're keeping a tally
oh, okay.
of
I'm sorry. You're
California
keeping a
or
tally. I
Texas.
understand.
Yeah, keeping a tally, California or Texas.
I'm like, if
so.
you're not here, you don't count.
Oh.
I
Well,
want
I'm
to
didn't
know.
hear that.
Well, no, I mean, like, I thought we were doing a poll for tonight.
Oh, no.
Um,
No, just in general.
I want to know though for Teresa. Teresa says the taco pizza message chain was long. I want to know what was the winner. So, because Teresa is in Colorado, so I wonder if
Oh,
in
yeah.
Colorado,
Pizza or
they
taco.
actually have really good Mexican food in Colorado too.
Yeah.
Because I tend to go for Mexican food no matter where I go because that's what I like.
Yeah.
So, Casey, you never said taco or pizza.
I like tacos, but we eat more pizza in my house because that's what my kids like.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
like fighting.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you. My kids.
And
are
for the
Well,
record,
most
I've
of the
only
time-
had Texas street tacos, so I can't vote Texas or California.
Most of the time they'll bring pizza to you, but it's not, I mean, I guess now it's just as easy to get tacos brought to you, but they oftentimes don't, they don't travel the same. So.
Okay, so but do they have a pizza street taco or street taco pizza? Is there such a
What?
thing as street taco pizza? I mean, there's all kinds of pizzas. Is there such thing as street taco pizza?
I think
the
it's
street
just taco
is
pizza.
different.
I
Taco
don't know.
pizza.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, street taco is a whole new level of tacos. So there's got to be different
There's
flavoring.
street pizza, food truck pizza.
I don't know. The best pizza my daughter and I had was when we were at Nationals in New York City, and we went to like this hole in the wall place, like the hole in the wall place, like you said, they're like the best.
Right across the street from the hotel, right?
No, I mean down the
Oh.
block a little bit, but the pizza was so big that my daughter literally ate it the entire week we were there. She lived off of it. It was huge.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
great. It was perfect. Yeah. Okay, so more questions. We do have more questions. Let's see. That was all right. So cat or dog. And I think what is it, Casey? I think we've already figured out what you are.
I've got
Right now.
2 dogs, but I have 2 cats outside. Their job is to catch the mice because I live on a mountain and there's a lot of them. So as long as they do their job, they have a home with me.
Mhm.
I'm the same. I have one cat outside because we live in the country and he has to earn his rent as well.
So I'm getting from this that you guys are dog people that also let cats live with you as long as they pay rent.
Yes.
Is that
Pretty
correct?
much.
Okay.
Sounds like
Okay.
it.
But your dogs don't have to pay rent.
My
No,
dogs
they just
cuddle
do the
with
cuddles.
me. They cuddle and they keep me warm when it's cold.
Well, they bark too. So I feel like dogs,
bark.
they like let you know if somebody's coming. Sometimes
yeah.
We have a pit
even when you don't
bull
want it.
and a Shih Tzu, and so the pit bull didn't realize that she was allowed to bark when cars came down the driveway until we got the Shih Tzu, because she's our alarm dog. Like she even hears a creak anywhere. She's like, "Hey, something's wrong."
Mm-hmm.
And that's when our pit bull was like, oh, that's what you do. And now she barks when people come.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have a yellow lab pit bull mix, and he barks if he hears a car like down at the far end of the road, like even before it turns onto my road.
Okay.
And my puppy is a German Shepherd, and she just sits there and watches him, and she stares, then she'll look at the door, but she doesn't make any noise until someone is actually on the driveway.
So, I mean, that's good because you kind of have a two-step alarm system. So one, okay, there might be danger approaching. And then the other one, okay, there's definitely danger here. So,
Well,
that's
and I have a
good.
driveway
Yes, man.
alarm
I mean,
because, I don't like being snuck up on, so.
Yeah.
well,
All
I
right.
have 2 of each. So we are a divided household.
Yeah. I have a dog.
And nobody earns their keep for any reason at my house. Just, yeah. They're all
Yeah. That
useless.
might seem with mine. Yeah, my dog,
Mhm.
she lays there and she sleeps and she terrorizes stuffed animals
Mhm.
and then she drools a little bit and makes us clean it up. And she's cute though. She's super
Mhm.
cute. So that's pretty much how she gets her keep. She's pretty much like just she does it off her looks. I want to get a bunny. That's not a cat, but
A
my dad
bunny?
I do
Wouldn't your
like a
dog
house
eat a bunny?
bunny.
Dawn
I
has
don't
like
I don't think so.
your dog is what, a mastiff?
An English Mastiff. I don't think
Yeah.
she would eat a bunny though. I think she would want to snuggle with it and just be besties.
Really?
Yeah, she's super
Okay.
sweet.
I
She's
won't tell
super
you what
sweet.
my Great Dane did when she found baby bunnies in my garden.
Oh, oh my
I don't think
gosh.
I would
I can
trust my dog
imagine.
around
Yeah.
bunnies.
My husband won't let me try it, but you can potty train bunnies to use the kitty litter box. So I mean, it's kind of like a cat. So
Well,
I don't
potty
know.
training and a kitty litter box are 2 different things, Dawn.
Okay.
As I'm finding out the hard way.
Yeah. Was that our last
Okay.
question? Because it looks like
No,
we are
we have one more. We have
okay.
one more, and this is a good one. And then I just also have to say, Linda, I didn't mean to turn the knife. I was actually just like razzing you a little bit. So don't be offended. I love
Linda
you,
can
Linda.
take it. I think Linda can
We
take
love
it.
you. Yeah, you're from Canada. You get more snow than Dylan. Definitely. You're strong.
Although, you know what? Where I am in Minnesota is actually farther north than some places in Canada, just so you know.
But further north than Linda is that's the question.
I probably not. I don't know.
No.
I'd
Okay.
have to look.
Well, Linda
That's not something
says
that I want to win at, by the way.
no.
That's, as someone from Texas, that is not a contest I necessarily want to win. I'm just
That's
saying.
true. That's
All
true.
right.
Linda, this is the last question of the night. So describe the perfect kiss in 2 words, ladies. 2 words. And what's your favorite first kiss in your stories? It's a tough one.
Radio silence.
It's a good
I
one for the last
know.
one.
Running through my
Alright.
stories in my head. So I'm like,
Katrina's got it. I saw.
Sweet and unexpected. Only because I just wrote a scene. It's not technically their first kiss because it's a second chance romance, but it is their first kiss in this story. And he's like, you want to be with me. I don't know why you keep hiding it. And she's like, because your sister doesn't want us dating, blah, 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 blah. And he just kind of like swoops in. He's like, you know what? I'm done. Here we go.
Perfect.
Mm,
Awesome.
now it puts me on the spot. I don't know.
I like your sweet and unexpected, but I was kind of going more for hot and unexpected.
Oh.
So,
I like the ones where they like get pushed up against the wall and kissed, like just like, oh.
Casey wants like a hand on her throat kind of kiss.
Yeah.
Oh,
I go a little bit
okay.
darker, a little bit dirtier.
Okay.
I've had to tone it down a bit with the series with Dylan and Eve, just a little.
Oh. Okay.
My
But
Cowboys really, really tone it down. So I'm amping up in this pen name to go dirtier, and my Cowboys are going sweeter, and yeah.
Oh, Linda says passionate and hot.
Yeah, I like that
Yes.
one, Linda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Belinda's been married for a long time, so she's doing something right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Dylan?
I said hot and unexpected.
Oh, I thought you were saying that's what you want. That's what you wanted Katrina to say.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
to
like I
to
told
each
you,
her own.
I'd
To each
like
her own kiss.
hot and unexpected. Right.
Do you have a favorite first kiss in one of your stories, ladies? Close us out with your favorite first kiss. Plug one of your
Yeah.
books that
Yeah.
where we
Tell
need
us.
to go read one of your kisses.
So not in this series, and it's technically a book too, but it can be read as a standalone. But it is hot and unexpected. And Gone Steady, he is her roommate, and she's very much a one-night stand type of person. She doesn't do relationships, and she's out on a date, and he bugs her and bugs her and bugs her until she comes home. They fight. He pushes her against the wall and then kisses her, and then she's like, does he seriously think that's going to make this okay?
Love it.
Nice.
Okay, Kaci,
So-
you're up.
I think mine is from Stalking His Obsession, and it's an ex-boyfriend's father's romance, which is kind of like my jam right now.
Oh,
And-
got it.
Yeah, so she's a Vegas showgirl at one of his hotels, and long story short, he rescues her from a guy trying to assault her, and she's going off about this and that, and he doesn't like how much makeup she has on because he's so used to seeing her without makeup, so he's wiping makeup off her face, and the kiss happens, and it's just he just couldn't stop himself. Those are the favorite, where it's like you just can't stop yourself anymore.
Yeah.
All
Love
right.
it.
There you have it.
Well,
Jennifer just joined us. Hi, Jennifer. I'm sorry we're at the end of our show, but you can go back and watch from the beginning if you want to. So we're glad you tuned in. I think that's it for tonight.
it is. Yeah.
So we will be back in March. Gosh, can you believe it's March already?
No, they
No.
really can't.
I know. We'll be back the second Thursday in March, and we have Kaci and Katrina both have giveaways up on the Romance Happy Hour Facebook page. We'll leave those open through Sunday night if you want to have a chance to get over there and get your entry in. Anything else, Dawn?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, then. We're going to call this a wrap for this episode of Romance Happy Hour. And thank you so much for joining us, Katrina and Kaci. If you want to come back and add the links to those books that you talked about in the comments, I think that would be awesome. So people can go and find your fantastic first kiss books. So Team Taco is going to sign off now, and and we'll see you next month. So thanks for being with us. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. All right. We'll see you later.
Bye.